Hi friends, it's Meridy here with Not Just for Boys Kit Club, and this video I'm going to be going over how to put together the pages, the layouts for the These Moments kit, which is our March 2020 kit. The first thing I'm going to do is go over what you're going to find in your kit. So the first thing you're going to find is this pack of 49 and Market square stitched frames. And these are so cool. I don't know if you can tell well in the video, but there's actually machine stitching around all of these frames. So some of them are solid, some of them are open, and it's 6 pieces, but these are really, really cool. They even have zigzag stitch on a couple of them. I just loved those, so that's why I wanted to include them in the kit. And then you're gonna get 1 Inklings in the color of Olive You Truly, which paints this color, and it's by Shimmer's paint. That's what it looks like inside. It's dry and it gets activated with water. And then you're gonna get 1 Rosy Studio mini die, and it's like a little sprig of greenery. It's reusable over and over and over again with all kinds of layouts, of course. Then you're gonna get 1 set of P13 Soulmate alphabets. They look like wood grain, and they're little alphabet stickers in the dark wood grain, so they match this paper really well. So those are the embellishments that you're going to get. And then the paper is 1 piece of this 49 and Market Echoes Vintage Artistry Echoes paper, and 1 piece of P13, the 4 Seasons Winter paper number 4, and 1 sheet of this Bow Bunny Double Dot Deep Sea, and 1 sheet of this 4 Seasons Winter number 2 paper. We don't use the back on this layout, we mostly use the front, but you could use the back. And then 2 sheets of smooth white cardstock. So those are what you're going to get in your kit. You're also going to have 1 sheet of full color instructions printed on the front and the back. And the back side of those instructions are going to have cutting guides for how to cut this paper to the right sizes for this layout. So that's the first thing that you're gonna go do, is cut down all your papers to the sizes that are outlined on the back of your instructions. And I will go do that right now, and I will be right back. Alrighty friends, I've got all the papers cut, and these 2 papers right here are gonna represent my 4x6 photos on this first layout. So the first thing that we're going to do is mat these 4x6 photos on one of the sheets of white cardstock. So I'm gonna do that real quick. Just mat these 2 photos on white cardstock. Okay, now we've got these matted on white cardstock, and then you're going to take the 2 pieces of wood grain paper that you cut from your cut guides, and you're gonna mat these on the wood grain paper. And the rest of this cardstock I'm just gonna set off to the side because we're gonna use it in a little bit. And then you're going to grab the 49 and Market patterned paper, and this is gonna be the base of the left-hand side of your layout. So let's trim off the branding strip from there. And once we get that branding strip teared off, we are ready to work on this page. Okay, so this sheet of, or this piece of the blue double dot paper, you're gonna tear one side if you like to tear, if you like the look of tearing, and just short little motions all the way down. It just adds texture to the layout. It's pretty popular right now to tear, but if you don't like it, then don't tear that part and just put it straight onto your layout. Now, in the cutting guide, I missed a piece. I did not think we needed to cut any of this paper, so it's not in the cutting guide instructions on your sheet, but it is in the photo, in the cutting guide, or in the photo that on the instruction sheet. It's just not there. So you're just gonna wanna cut this paper 1.5 inches off of one side. It's really easy. It's just 1 trim. So I'm sorry that I forgot it in the cutting guides, but it's a pretty simple cut. and then we can start adhering down. So this paper goes all the way to the edge here. And then this one overlaps it slightly. It's just to bring a little of those really pretty florals in. I love the florals on that paper. They're so masculine looking to me. They're not like such feminine looking flowers. They're just really cool colors. I love them. Okay, we'll move this. We're gonna use this paper again in a little bit. We'll move it out of the way. So you've got this is the base of your layout, and then you're gonna grab 2 of these frames. Let's grab these frames. We're gonna grab 2 of these frames. This one that is solid, filled in, is gonna go down there. And this one that's open, the 4" by 4". I think that, I don't know how big this opening is, but it's one of the small ones. There's small ones and then there's big ones. So it's one of the small ones. And the rest of these we'll save. So those 2 are gonna go like that. But before we adhere these down, we're just gonna add a little bit of the All of You Truly paint. We're just gonna add a tiny little bit up here and some splatters, and then a little bit down here and some splatters. So this paint is activated by water, so you can tell I already put a little bit of water in there today, because I like to let the water sit in there for a few minutes before I'm ready to paint. So I will grab my brush. Okay, I've got my brush here, and these are not adhered down because I don't wanna get paint on them. So I'm just gonna come up here, get a little color, and I don't wanna put too much and mess around too much with the paint, because then it will get the layout warpy. But this paper is so super thick and awesome that it doesn't warp very much, because the 49 Market paper is such thick paper. And then we're gonna do some splatters on there. Just tap it on a pencil or something. Splatters. Okay, and then I don't want to touch the pictures there, but I think that looks pretty good. And we're gonna do the same thing in this area down here. So I'm just gonna eyeball about where I want it to be. Get some color in there. And I'm kind of leaving it organic shape. I don't want a hard line of color. And then done. It's that easy. We're gonna use this on the other side of the layout too, so that both sides, it pulls this color into both sides. So for now, we're gonna take this and we're gonna move it over to another area of my workspace so it can dry before I adhere down the pictures. So we can pull out the other pieces for the other side of the layout and start working on that. So we're gonna start with this gutted wood paper, and we're gonna grab the other sheet of white cardstock, and obviously they are the exact same size right now, so you're gonna trim 1/2 an inch off of 2 sides of this white paper. So that you can see the pretty wood frame on the bottom level. So just about 1/2 inch. I don't even really measure, I just kind of eyeball, but that's because I have trimmed a lot of papers down to make the mat show. And as you can tell now, the mat is showing. So I am going to adhere the white paper to the gutted wood paper, so it's all one piece. And then, oh, didn't want that to happen. Okay, And then we are going to grab this piece of this double dot paper. And again, I'm gonna tear one edge, one of the long edges. To expose some of the white core. And we've got this little strip of the wood grain paper. It's just gonna peek out from under. And if you don't like the look of paper tearing, then don't tear it. You can still use the papers in the exact same spots on the layout. They just won't be torn. And it will just be a different look. And it will look great. Okay, the next part that we're gonna do is, I love so much when companies package their packaging in reusable pieces, which is one of the reasons why we make our packaging to have the back be reusable. So I'm gonna cut off this flap that was folding over. You can use that later. And now I've got this whole sheet, but I am actually gonna tear this too. And I'm tearing up towards me so the white core shows. And that is going to be another layer on our page. Like, I just love it when the packaging is pretty and can be used over and over again. And the next thing that we're gonna do is grab our pictures and some more frames. We've got 3 pictures. There is a 3x3 square photo and 2 4x4 square photos. So we're going to grab 3 of the frames from in here. I liked this one, the smaller frame, the 3x3 opening, and I like it with the zigzag stitches. And then we've got this one, is the 4x4 one, and then this is another 4x4 one. And so this frame is extra. You can use it on another layout. So let's just get the pictures adhered to the frames. We'll do that part. Alrighty, we've got the pictures adhered to the frames. And we're kind of gonna lay things out on this layout, how they're going to eventually be. And I'm gonna pay close attention that I need a little paint up here, a little paint right here, and a little paint down here. So I'm just gonna move all of these layers off. And I'm gonna grab my paint and my brush. And I want it a little up here. Some splatters. And a little down here. I think I need a little bit more water in this. It's getting kind of thick. I'm gonna go get some more water. Got some water here. And then, whoop. I'm kind of wanting a lot of paint in this area down here. And then we are going to set this off to the side so it can dry too. And grab the first page because it's dry now and start adhering things down. Okay, so I will get everything laid back out the way I had it before I painted. just about like this. And we'll start adhering down. Each layer. And the next part that we're gonna do on this side of the layout is we're gonna do a little bit of die cutting with the Rosie's Studio little sprig of greenery die cut that we got. I'll show you. Let me just get this adhered down. And we're gonna use some of the scraps that we had that we're not using on the layout. I'm just gonna move this down ever so slightly. There. We're going to grab this paper because I'm gonna fussy cut one sprig of greenery and maybe a little corner sprig here and this little one down here. I'm gonna fussy cut this, actually, this, and this. And that is what we're gonna use on this page. So I'm gonna put that off to the side because we're gonna cut that. And then we've got the leftover paper that we matted the photos on. So I'm going to take the little piece of that and then this leftover, this is all scraps of this paper. So we're gonna take our little die cut, which is right here, and a manual die cut machine. And I'm not gonna do this on camera. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sprigs from this paper. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 sprigs from this white paper. And then I wanna add a little color in. So I'm gonna cut 1, 2, 3, 4 sprigs from this white paper, but before I cut them, I'm going to color this paper a little bit with this iced spruce distress oxide. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just gonna get the little pad, the little blending tool, and I'm just gonna ink up an area of this paper because it's easier for me to color the paper before I die cut it than it is to color this teeny tiny fine die cut. So I just need to ink up enough paper that I can get 4 cut. And it doesn't matter that the little ink pad brush marks are showing because it's gonna be die cut. You're not even gonna be able to tell. So 1, 2, I probably can fit 3 right there. So this is all nice and inked up, and that's where I'm gonna cut 4 of these dies on that page. So I'm gonna cut 4 from what I just inked, and 4 from white, and 5 from this dark blue. So I will be right back after I get those cut. Okay guys, I have all the die cuts cut and those few flowers fussy cut. So we're gonna grab our layout here. And we only need 2 of these dark green ones. And we need the flowers. And we need this sprig of flowers. 2 of these dark green ones. These other ones are gonna be for the other side. And then we're gonna need 2 white ones. And we're gonna need one of the ones that we colored with ink. Actually, we'll need 2 of those. Okay, and the rest of these are gonna be for the other page. So we can start adhering things down here. And we're just gonna kind of overlap and layer. So I'll start in the back. like normal. I usually start layering in the back. These I'm gonna put down with this two-way zig glue pen. They're just so tiny. If you have one of the Xyron little X sticker makers, do you remember those? If you have one of those, you might want to run these through that to stick them down, because that would work really well, those sticker makers. But I am just going to use a little bit of adhesive here and get all of these. I'm going to speed this up while I get all of this adhered down where it goes. Okay, I've got everything adhered, and then I'm going to adhere this piece right here only on dimensional adhesive. And then I'm going to come in and put a title on this page with the wood grain alphabet stickers that come in your kit. And my title is going to go right down here in this little space, and it's going to say Winter Wonderland. If you wanted, you could put your title, whoa. If you wanted, you could put your title up here in this area and journal down here, or you could journal up here and put your title down here, whatever you would like. But I'm gonna put my title down here and actually, I'm going to call it, yeah, Winter Wonderland. So I will start doing that. And then after I get that down, this is going to wrap up this side of the layout. So I'll speed this up and you'll just see after I get the title all the way down. Okay, so as you can see, I had to use the lowercase and the uppercase font for my title there because there wasn't enough of one or the other to spell out Winter Wonderland. So I'm going to put this off to the side and let's work on the second page because it's all dry now. And we can grab all the layers for that page. I think I've got them all right here. And I'm going to try to place them back how they go. And we can kind of generally lay out this the way that it needs to be and start adhering layers down. And I'm starting in the back. And moving forwards. We're going to fussy cut a little bit of the floral paper again for this page, and we're going to use the rest of those little sprigs that we die cut from the scraps. So let me grab these little sprigs. I know we need a couple dark ones, and a dark one over here, and a couple white ones. There's a white one, there's a white one, and a couple of these that we colored with the ink. I feel like there's another one right there. And then we will grab this paper, and I'm going to cut, what is that there? I'm going to cut this big sprig right here, and then I'm going to cut this little one that's going halfway off the page, and those are the two sprigs that we're going to use. So I will go off camera and cut this one and this one out, and I'll be right back. So I got these fussy cut, and I'm going to start adhering them. And what I'm going to do here is adhere this, and then I will start adhering all these little sprigs, and I'll get them all down off camera. And then when I come back, I'm just going to pop this one up on dimensional adhesive. Everything else is going to be flat on the layout, except this one is going to be popped up just like that. So I will come back when I get all of those things done. All right, just a few more steps left. You had the branding strip from the 49 and Market paper, and I'm just going to cut out the word moments. And I'm gonna slide it right in here. And then I'm going to use my letter stickers again to make the word treasured. So it says treasured moments. And once I get this all on there, this layout is complete. And let me get these letters on there, and then I'll put both pictures or both sides of the layout together for you to see. Okay, so I have that title finished on there, and this is the pages both together. And you can go ahead and add journaling, a little up here or a little over here or maybe over here, and the date, and you're pretty much done. And there will be still pictures of this layout at the end of this video, and there's also still a photo on your instruction sheet that you can refer back to. And there's also photographs on our website under the listing that you bought this kit at. And if you make this layout either like mine or your own way, using, you know, using this kit a different way, we would love to see it on our Facebook group at Not Just for Boys Kit Club community group, and we would love to see what you made. Our design team is going to be sharing their take on this kit, which does not follow my instructions. It will be completely unique to each design team member, so you can see what they make with these kits. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day.